the crazy things going on in the world right now as we deal with this virus that is spreading and disrupting our way of life. I was thinking today, and I was thinking, as I make this video, like, what could I get across, and what can I share with you that would matter, and that would kind of like help your solution-focused understanding and help you go on this journey through this world, and even not as solution-focused, just as like dealing with all the things that we have to deal with. And I was driving around today knowing I was going to make this video, thinking like, what do I want to share, and how do I want to share it? And it was really kind of on my mind all day. And I realized something. I realized it's moments like this where I think things like solution-focused brief therapy become even more important. And let me tell you what I mean by that. I think just as people, like, we have a tendency to take for granted the things that happen in our lives normally. And I met a guy, I did a conference in Canada, and I met someone who was with the Mohawk people in Ontario. His name was Joe, really remarkable guy. Joe, if you're watching this, shout out to you, Joe. But met a guy named Joe, and he was telling me that like one of the most important tenets in the Mohawk culture is gratitude. So we had this conversation about gratitude, and he said, Elliot, people like you don't understand gratitude. And I thought, like, what do you mean? Like, how do you know? I was just meeting him at this event, and he's telling me that, like, people like me don't understand gratitude. It's like, Joe, what do you mean by that? And he said, because sometimes when we ask people to express gratitude that aren't of our culture, they say things like, I'm so thankful that I have a really cool cell phone or have a really nice car. And real gratitude is, I'm thankful that I have speech. See what I mean? So it's like, I'm not thankful for the phone, I'm thankful I have speech. Or like, I'm thankful for the breath that I have the ability to breathe in and breathe out. I'm thankful for my feet that are able to walk. Like, instead of saying I'm thankful for these really cool shoes, like, I'm thankful that I have feet that can support my body and I can stand on it. And I can't tell you how often people come to my office and I say, so what's been better since we last met? And they say, nothing. Nothing's been better. And then I always ask this question. I always say, well, if I had a video of every moment from the moment you walked out of my office, last time I saw you, to this moment, at what point in your life would I have had a hard time noticing nothing was getting better? And the shocking thing is, people answer it. And they're like, well, I did get along better with my teenager or my husband or wife, or this really wonderful thing happened. And what solution-focused brief therapy does, it has a tendency to, by language, asking clients to like slow down and notice the good bits. To like slow down and notice the highlights and the good moments in their life. Because quite frankly, we take them for granted. And one of the things, like, we're just 3 months into 2020, and I don't know about you, but this has been a doozy of a year so far. We have had really impactful global people pass away. The economy and political system is in turmoil. Now we have this virus going all over the place. And I think it's important to recognize that, like, it's times like this where we need to be able to focus on good things in our life. And once we come out of this turmoil, we need to remember the lesson from Joe and the Mohawk people. We need to remember that you should really, really be appreciative and not take for granted the good moments. Because as we can all see, as we're dealing with all this craziness, you just never know what's going to happen. So you might as well notice, attend to, and appreciate the good things that happen in your life. And I feel very honored and blessed that, and lucky and fortunate that I get to do something like solution-focused brief therapy, that this approach came into my life at a time where I was able to learn it and process what it was. And now that I get to share it with the world through my books and work and videos like this, it means the world to me. And if I could ask everybody in the world to do one thing, it's don't take the good bits for granted. So now that we're sitting here in this storm, I want you to like look around and just attend to the good bits of life, because we're going to learn from Joe. Not that I'm really excited that I have, a television. I want to be excited that even though this turmoil is still going on, that I have breath in my body. that I have oxygen to breathe. Like, that's true appreciation. And that's really I think one of the underlying things of solution focus is we use language to ask clients to slow down and notice the good bits. And this will pass eventually. We'll get this virus under control, the economy will stabilize, and the political system will do what it does, and those sorts of things. And I hope we always remember that let's slow down and appreciate the good things and the good people and the good moments in our life, because that's why we have them. And I think too often, too many of us, me included, by the way, I'm not, we take those things for granted because they're so consistent. But let's learn a lesson and really focus on what makes us great and the great things in our life. And we need them in our hard moments, but we need to practice in our good moments. So thank you for watching this video. Please share this video, man. I want so many people to see this video, and I hope that it touched you. Like this video. Comment. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, subscribe. If you're watching on my website, elliottconnie.com, I just added a feature to my website where you can search my video library of these SFBT moments, and you can find whatever thing, like you can search for couples, and you can search for anxiety and depression. You can search for all of the things that I've been talking about in these now nearly 200 videos that will help you kind of get your questions answered immediately. Instead of going through all 200 videos to try to figure out where was it that Elliot was talking about this thing, just search the keyword or subject in the search feature on my website. It's really cool, and it'll come right up for you. So with that, you guys be great. Notice your good moments, and make people smile, man. It's awesome. Fist bump.